was asked to talk to you about how to win in business. I think it's a good subject for you to think about because I believe business in America is in a crisis situation today. All you have to do is read the paper and every month see our trade deficit, and it's just a very depressing situation.
This is your time, get your hands up. You get your hands up. You get your hands up. Hands up. This is your time, get your hands up. Don't get your hands up. Don't get your hands up.
But by far the most important thing you've got to have to win in business in these United States today is a very unique kind of mental toughness. I believe the difference in winning and losing in the free enterprise system is so small, it's almost too scary to talk about. You can do 99% of the things right in business, and yet if you don't possess what I call that winning edge, that mental toughness, folks, it's impossible to win. I believe the thinking in corporate America has been screwed up over these last 20 or 25 years, and I believe this screwed up kind of thinking started in our big liberal universities today. I believe a college degree in business for most universities today is not worth the paper it's written on. They do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. Yep, you really gotta do it. These are the special people. If you're born rich, if you're born on the right side of the track, they rule you, the privileged class in America. If you're born poor from an average, ordinary background like I came from, they say you're supposed to give up all your big dreams and all your big ambitions and all your big hopes. If you have a high IQ, they rule you brilliant. If you have an average IQ like me, they say you ought to drive a truck or be a janitor. Well, bull. That ain't the way. That ain't the way it is, and that ain't the way it ever was. They ain't nobody ever designed a test, nor will they design a test.
Alrighty, good morning, and welcome to today's broadcast. Hey, it's Dr. Joe Blick here. I'm your host for the On Point podcast, and hey, got some great information for you. Welcome to our listeners and learners on Facebook, YouTube, X, Discourse, a couple other channels that we have out there, and always a great day here in Goodyear, where the temperature is it still over 100? I think it's still over 100. It's warm out here, man. At some point there'll Mother Nature get the weather all situated where we'll get some reprieve from the heat. I'm not sure when we'll get some reprieve from the heat here, but it's still kind of warm. 98 degrees here in Arizona. Fall to come at some point, but it's coming. Hey, again, good information here today. This is the second part of our financial reflection podcast, and always a good day. All right, so got my little, like bucket hat, so I put it off to the side here, and let us get going. Okay, so let's just get into things here and move forward. So we're talking about financial reflections, assessing your and adjusting your goals. Part two. Part two. So in this part two series, we're going to be finishing up on points 3 and 4. Point 3 is measuring your progress and identifying barriers. And then section 4 will be about adjusting your goals and creating an action plan. All right. So get this over here. All right. So measuring progress and identifying your barriers. You're identifying barriers. You can only grow that part of your finances that you measure. You can only grow it if you can measure it. So it's important to know what's available, know what you have financially, then measure that progress, make it grow, and then identify different barriers out there. So what are some of the things that you can measure, how you can measure those things? Assess your progress towards your financial milestone. So one, you have to have a comprehensive process of evaluation. So you regular assess your milestones, compare your actual performance against your target. So you want to have X amount of dollars at this point in time. So look and see how that progress has panned out. Have a clear understanding of where you want to stand in relation to your goal. Well, I want to have this amount at this point in time. How far have I gotten so far? Is this goal? Is this product achieving that particular accomplishing that goal? Is the market has the market influenced that much? You want to look at those things. Identify deviations and barriers. So you want to analyze any discrepancy between it, the expect and the actual progress. Is there something that's causing unforeseen things to happen? Sometimes you can't tell when a recession is going to show up. It shows up. There are predictive models out there. This is going to happen. This may happen, but no one knows. It just you can figure out sometimes when things may happen, but no one really has a crystal ball that knows when that. They may say, "Yes, I know," based on this, that, no. Things happen. All you do your best to have the rights, have your diversified portfolio to capitalize when the market goes up and down, and some things will hinder your achievement towards your financial goals and objectives. But when you have diversification in your portfolio, you can capitalize when the market is up and down. Diversification is one of the key things to have put in place. Adjusting your strategies for improvement. Then there's adjustments that you can make when the market is at a certain point where you can capitalize in that particular state. Market is down. Some people say it depends on where you are, but when the market is down, that's actually sale time. It's no sale. People may think market is not good, but the market is down. It's time to buy. Really, when you have cash, the company may feel like the company may be hurting, but it's a good time when you have in a cash position to buy things. So based on the assessment, develop actionable strategies to overcome those barriers. You could be reallocating your assets. You could be buying more because you give you a financial success when those companies that are undervalued at the time. You get them when they're undervalued. Then eventually they'll go back up. When they're undervalued, they'll go back up. Always does. Always has. Always does. You look at the Dow Jones where it was now. Go back to 2008 where it was then. You look at the Dow Jones in 1966 where it was. Look where the Dow Jones was in 1939. Does this up and down thing, and always over time, always goes up. That's just one measure, though. Real estate is another, and it's different measures. 29 different measures out there in that stock measures, but there's different ones. So identifying deviations from your plan trajectory. So there's deviations, things that happen that cause things to. All right, so you got to analyze your financial performance. So you're looking, and you're looking at your financial outcome, looking at where it's going to, and look at this that when you're looking at those discrepancies, you're looking at how it's going to timely change, timely adjust the strategy to your goal. Okay, you see the market is making its move. Every time there's a new presidential election, new economic changes, when wars are happening and everything, things like that always have an influence on the market as a whole. You can go back in see when war started, wars ended, president comes in, president goes out, then see how the market makes an adjustment. Now, I'm not going to say how it does. I'm just saying you can look back and see what it does, and you and study it, see what influence it has on the market itself. Then there are key deviations. So you focus on those deviations and see how it affects the overall economy health. Uh, Look how income fluctuates. Look how corrective actions are taken. Like one big corrective action is recently we're talking about how the uh, dock workers were about to go on a serious strike, heavy strike. Okay, we're not going to take anything off the boats. It's not going to happen. And boom, we had this doggone buy off. Everybody was running to the stores, buying up all the toilet paper, getting all the alcohol. They went nuts in one state. They did that, you know. And sometimes when things are going to scarcity, when things are going to, they think people think it's going to be scarce, think things are not going to be available. Man, people just fear grips people for some reason. They just fear and it grips them and they just go off. So they go buy things and and then what happened? They cut a deal and all that scarcity was for nothing. But sometimes that happens. It's one of those things. And they bought all those things and now they got too many and they can't take it back. They got to keep all this stuff now. They got 6 months worth of toilet paper in one day. All right. Corrective measures: developing and execute targeted strategy, address any deviations, ensure alignment with long-term goals, financial objectives. So you want to, when you put those corrective actions in place, make sure it's in line with your long-term goals. Now you got all this product, and it's not in line with what your long-term goals are because you freaked out over nothing. Well, you got you got you got to look at it. Whenever something occurs, that's something big like that's going to happen. There's always a way out. There's always something to fix. Someone's not. We're not. We're all people. We all know that something like that, if that would occur, would be devastating for the whole nation, and a lot of people would be influenced. Someone's going to fix that. Something's going to happen that's going to make that correct. We can't fix it in the moment, but when the moment comes, something gets fixed. Like the wars that are on the brink of happening, that may happen. Someone's going to fix that. It's, I mean, we can't have that happen again. If it does start, it's going to start, but someone's going to fix that because we can't have that. This good always conquers evil. It always does. It's just how the nature, the forces of good versus evil, the forces of it always does. We talk about it, how doom and gloom it is, but it always does, and it always comes for the better. So that's my heart believes that. You know, you're gonna have some ill-fated things to make that happen or occur, but good always conquers evil, all the time. All right, barriers to progress, but there are going to be some barriers to the progress as we go along. There's going to be some barriers to things happening that may take the end time, but it'll be on time when it occurs. So common obstacles to barriers, there'll be frequent barriers such as not enough savings, not maybe high debt, unexpected expenses that you didn't depend on, and you didn't intend on occurring in your financial progress. So you got to be mindful of those common unintended obstacles. Like, who would know we were in October and it'd still be 100 degrees outside, and you still have your air conditioning on. So that means your electricity bill is still cranking. Right now, you would think you would have the heat on at least a little bit, but that's an unintended obstacle that you didn't intend on having air conditioning. So electricity bills are kind of through the roof now. So that's something that you wouldn't intend on. So financially, that's a different outcome. So you have to adjust for that. At least for us here in Arizona, other people may not. Physical factors: recognize the act of something changing in your body, fear of failure, lack of confidence, procrastination. It kind of works on your decision making. So when you have health issues, or if you have something like the issue of men having to pay a high electric bill, It works on your mind. Say, oh my goodness, man, I'm paying this electric bill and it's October. Why is it still hot out here? Yeah, so working on the physiological factors, external economic influences. Now the bills are higher. You're saying, okay, now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna make more money. And you start working overtime, start working, stressing it out. Well, no matter how many hours you work, you gotta work. It's more hours you work, the more taxes you gotta pay. So you have to look into like earning extra income. Earning extra income, it could be more so by producing more that you make more. Produce more by if you have a business, you have more product you can offer. You have services you can provide. It provides you more income versus working more hours. So it's a trade-off. So different barriers to your progress may be there, but you have to find out ways to minimize that so you're not exerting more effort and then more energy to put out, but at the same time be able to provide more income that comes in. So again, more strategies. Uh, you have a now they always use smart means of achieving goals, but I created what's called Camp 10 method, expansive than the smart method there. But with Camp 10, you're looking at clarity, looking about ability, measurable outcome, practical steps, relevance and to your overall objectives, ownership, timeliness, feedback and reflection, motivation, and then having a collaborative and support method of it. I'll share Camp 10 again in another class, but there's more actionable financial goals set within it and expands a little bit more on SMART. Smart is uh, short, quick, and short and too quick. So people like it because of that, but at the same time, it cuts you short of having some goals that are more expansive because the goals you can't be short and quick on a goal. If you're going to accomplish that goal, you need that goal to be something that's going to be uh, intensive enough for you to achieve it. And then once you achieve that goal, it stands. That goal stands, and that goal means something to you. So I expanded in the goal portion of it, but I still kept it sweet with camp, you know. And so again, I'll teach that in another class as well. All right. So develop your contingency plan, a plan. If you plan to fail, you'll fail the plan. So you got to have a plan. Now always have to have a plan. Plan uh, the potential stocks you want, any unexpected expenses, any income losses that you may face out there. Maintain a progress toward that goal all the time. Whatever step you take is towards that goal. Whatever move you make is towards that goal. Whatever turn you take is towards that goal. So have your plan, and every move you make is towards achieving your goal. You want to make sure you're achieving that goal, and then you use financial tools and resources that are available to help you get that. Spending patterns, financial advisors, other decision making tools that are out there to help you navigate effectively towards your goal. Right. Point four, adjusting your goals. So you had your plans out there. How do you adjust your goals and create an action plan? There you have reviewing your plan regularly, align the goals with your life and where you go in that direction. Set realistic milestones. Like I always say, you're not be a millionaire overnight. Just ain't gonna happen that way. It takes time. Becoming wealthy takes time. It's not an overnight success. It's not something that's gonna happen tomorrow. So periodic assessments, reevaluate your goals, make sure they align with your life events. If you get married, make a career change, family growth, have another baby in a family, you gotta make another adjustment. Make sure they're aligned, realistic alignment. Uh, Consider your current resources, any restraints you need, flexibility in circumstances that evolve. Uh, New house, new car, things like that. Make sure they evolve with you as you grow. Uh, Timelines. Make sure it's realistic. And make sure they require those realistic changes as your life changes. Clear milestones. Larger financial objectives. Break the larger one. Break them down. You may say, okay, say this. How you gonna accomplish this goal? It's like it's as big as an elephant. Well, you eat that elephant. Well, one bite at a time. So if you break it down, smaller goals, one at a time to achieve them. And then how you achieve those goals? You prioritize them. Now, prioritize and not say, you say, well, 1, 2, 3. You one day at a time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm gonna do this on Tuesday, Monday, this on Wednesday, this on Friday. When I was in the fire department, we always had different goals to clean the station, right? Day 1 is station day. Day 2 was outside day, clean out. Day 3, well Tuesday. Wednesday was truck day, and that's the day we washed all the trucks. And man, Wednesday was truck day, and we was on the P15. P15, this big monster of a truck. That thing was big. It was bigger than an 18 wheeler, and 3 guys was on that one truck. And we had to wash it, but because it was so big, everybody in the station would help us wash that truck. I hated truck day, man, because I ain't like it. Some of the trucks are big, but we prioritize it by each day of the week. We had something done. So your goals could be each, you work part of your financial goal and make sure you're stepping towards it each day. So you prioritize it. That's just one way. Yeah, I did the firefighting way. That's the way I think. So it was firefighting. Okay. So structure, make sure you allocate your resources and monitor and adapt your framework. So my framework, I framed it like I was a firefighter. So I framed it. So your frame could be how you do it. If you're a landscaper, frame it like that. You do weeds over here, trees over there, yard over there. However you do it. You're a baker. You got spices over here. You got dough over there. You got pans and pots over there. Frame your finances the way that relates to you, so you can get it done. And that way it'll happen. In a way that relates to you. Once it relates to you and your way, it makes sense and it'll fall in place for you. All right. Wanted to touch base and let you know that what's happening next week, next couple of weeks, actually. We're going to be talking about generational dynamics in the workplace. So there's 5 generations of people groups that are working in the economy right now, working on jobs. And those 5 generations that are working have different backgrounds, different ways that they come into money and create money, but they're all working in the same jobs, but they have different ways they interact with jobs, interact with work. And sometimes it's called a silent generation, working there with the Generation Z that's there now. Man, whole different world of people working together. And sometimes you kind of clash a bit, and sometimes you they don't understand why these folks are working this way, and these folks over here don't understand. So I'm going to be talking about that in the next couple of weeks, about generational dynamic force. So you don't want to miss that. So I want to let that be known. That's what's going to be happening the next couple of weeks. So that's what we have with today, which is adjusting your financial goals and dreams. Financial adjustments in your finances. This is the link for the book. There's 2 books there. My 3 is the Gold series, and then this is the Sapphire series. The Gold series is literacy and gaining access to economic information, and making use of those concepts. And the Sapphire series, taking generational wealth, what we learn, and change the generation. So literacy lasts for a lifetime. Legacy lasts for generations. All right. Now, okay. Let's get back to the main screen here. And so you can scan that QR code right there. You download the book, you get a copy of the series book there. When you see me, you can sign it. If you go to the website, you can download it and get a copy of it. And I'll mail it to you and have the copy author signed by me. You can download the app. That way you get access to the app itself, and you can get notified when I'm going live. You also have access to all of my money models, money models, so you can have a more description of what they mean, how they adapt, you can acquire them in your life, and how they work. Get more detail about that. I also have classes that you can sign into, and I give you certificates at the end when you finish those classes, and enroll in them. Wonderful classes there as well, so you can get that, and it's a wonderful thing. So I want you to like and subscribe to the channel as well. That's how I get more likes, more subscription. You can also join as a member, and I send out on a weekly basis. I also send out my blog that gives you more insights into what I shared here. You can read it. I also send out invitations to different events I have. I'm planning on having a couple of live events in the coming year, where I'm going to have like investment classes and also money classes that I've had before as well. So um, it's been a pleasure. I hope you learned some good things again today. And I always want to remind you to stay informed, stay tuned, and stay on point. It's been your host, Dr. Joe Blake, and I hope you had a great day.